Hi fam, welcome back to the channel. It's your guy BNZ and today I've got something special guest, someone who bring in flavor and vision for the crypto world. We are joined by the Oracle, the brain behind Corndog Speed, a bold new project that currently in pre-sale and already making waves. Let's uncover the secrets behind this unique projects. Oracle, welcome to the show.
Great, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
So, we will ask him some questions and he will explain the projects and all the details. First thing, for those who don't know you yet, who is the Oracle and what inspired you to launch Corn Dark Speed?
Okay, so I appreciate the time and thank you for chatting with me here. My name is Randy Villaverde. You can find me on LinkedIn and all out throughout the internet. A professional business individual. Years ago, they started calling me the Oracle simply because oftentimes when people are talking with me, I'll throw things out there that they're like, how do you know that? And things come to me because I've been in business for a very long time. Twice most of the individual's age, and I'm 61 to be 62 next week. So the key thing is on my professional background, I started in the life insurance and investment world with securities licenses back in 1999. So I know finances inside and out. I had my life insurance, as well as securities licenses, 6 and 63 at the time. I held those for many, many years. I ended up transitioning into mortgage lending, and I still carried my insurance licenses and securities licenses for a number of years while I was doing mortgage lending. At one point in time, I just released my securities licenses because of what's called outside business activities, OBAs. Along the line, I picked up my real estate license. So I'm licensed in real estate, mortgage lending, financial products, and fixed investments at this point in time. And to this day, I'm still licensed in many of those industries right now. So that's my background, is financial background.
Okay, about the Corn Dog Speed, name is unforgettable. So, how did you come up with it? And is there a deeper meaning or just pure crypto meme energy?
No, okay, it's a utility token. That's a great question because we're having the fun, the meme space. However, this is not a meme. Meme is so full of pump and dumps and shady characters. We're so far away from that. So the utility behind Corn Dog Spud is we have restaurants. We have currently at this moment, we have 14 restaurant locations. We're a franchise. We basically dogs. It was like the Corn Dog King and then the Spud King and the Corn Dogs, Korean corn dogs and Spud. The actual physical locations in the Philippines. We're about to open our 15th location in Davao. So it's not just pure fun or meme. It is basically a utility token with a memeability or meme-tility because of the fact that it's fun. However, there's a purpose behind what we're doing.
Okay.
Oh, and also, you asked me how it all came about. I was doing some stuff, and I met the owner of the franchise, the restaurants, and then we decided to partner up. And then we said, when you wanted to partner up, and go 50-50 on all these restaurants, then I said, you know what, we need to digitize this. And so the thing is, we created the asset to be able to be utilized within the restaurants as a form of payment. And when individuals pay with the CDS, Corn Dog Spud CDS token, they receive a 15% discount on the purchases in the restaurants. That's the initial utility, and there's much more that I'll share later.
Okay. Now let's talk about the project vision. What's the main goal of Corn Dog? What's the gap in the markets are you aiming to file? This is the first question.
Okay. This right here is it started 6 years ago. And even though we're talking about cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, Web3, etc., the purpose, what we're doing, feed the people. And you might say, well, how can this blockchain project feed the people? Reason why is it does not matter if you're educated. It does not matter if you have finances in your pocket or money to spend. You can literally purchase 0 0.001 of Solana's worth, which is like 15 cents, to get involved with the project and the community. So the key thing is, when it comes down to what is the underlying goal of the project, it is to feed the people. However, we had to utilize technology to bring the world together. And the key thing is, with us, we wake up, not just me, but the entire team wakes up so we can help the community. And then I can go into deeper dive. And if I don't answer your question directly, re-ask it, and I'll answer it in great detail, because there is a lot of thought and a lot of energy going behind this. Not just me. There are literally, I could easily say that we employ 200 people a day to work on this project. So go right ahead with whatever you wanted.
Okay. Do you see CornDog as a short-term hype or a long-term player in Web3?
Oh, it is certainly not at all a short-term hype. By no means. There's no possible way it's short-term at all. It's long-term simply because there's so many things in place to maintain stable pricing, grow the community, to bring not only community members in to purchase the asset and take advantage of the community and the benefits of the utility. They're outreaching, not every, but many secular businesses like universities, schools, colleges, businesses, large call centers, a lot of facilities. So it's going to be interwoven into mainstream business. However, it's a technical product for utility purposes.
Okay. Now let's talk about the pre-sale details. Let's talk money. What are the key pre-sale details? Supply, price, how people can join. Tell us more about this.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll break down the pre-sale. The pre-sale is taking place on August 4th. August 4th in the evening on the Pacific time, where we're finalizing everything on several areas, making sure everything's exactly the way it needs to be. So the pre-sale will be, here's the part why I'm smiling. The pre-sale is scheduled to go from August 4th through August 14th, a 10-day seed sale. The reality is it's probably going to be sold out within hours, or certainly within the first day. We already know that. The second part of the pre-sale is the private sale. That's going to be taking place from the 15th through the 24th August. So 10 more days. That'll have a larger portion on the seed sale is going to have just under 2 million tokens available for sale at 3 cents. And then on the private sale, there'll be just under 3 million tokens available for sale, 6 cents. And then when it comes down to the TGE, they'll be on August 25th. There'll be just under 5 million tokens available at the price of 9 cents. And that's how the pre-sale and TG is scheduled out. We do know, with everything we have in place, that with the seed will be out quickly, way before the 10 days, if not the same day. Same thing with the private. The TGE might take 48 or 72 hours for that to sell out. One thing to point on, and I might touch on it later if you have subsequent questions on it, is we have a very unique release of our asset that's released every 3 months. Every quarter, we'll release approximately just shy of 10 million tokens available for sale in the marketplace. And that's in addition to what we have on centralized exchanges as we get to that point.
Okay. Is there any vesting for team tokens or early buyers to ensure fairness? This is the question.
Yes. So when it comes down to vesting is a key part of all of this. And then at the end, I'll explain how it all plays through. But the answer is yes, there is vesting. Vesting is basically for every token, and there is vesting for the team. When it comes down, I'll start with the team aspects of stuff. When it comes down to the entire team, just the whole shooting match of all the different wallets that we have, everything goes through a 6 years. Everything is based upon 5 years. So at 5 years times 12 months in a year, there's 60 months. Every month, 1/60th of the tokenomics, or the allocation to the team, etc., will be 1/60th will be released on the first day of every month for 5 years. So that's how the tokens are distributed to the team. It comes down to vesting for everybody. So for example, the BMZ, when you purchase whatever you purchase, there's a vesting process on it. So we're going to use a simple example of $100. When an individual purchases $100, 25% of it will be released at purchase. So you can trade it, sell it, way, whatever you want. Other 75% will be released, available for claim every month for 5 more months. There's 15% per month for 5 months. 5 times 15 is 75%. The token is fully vested over 180 days, or basically 6 months. And that's for everything. Everything goes through the vesting protocol.
Nice. And how do you plan to use the pre-sale funds? There is.
How do we plan to use the pre-sale funds?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's a great question here. When it comes down to the pre-sale, the funds that are generated, so I can give you rough numbers, they're just shy under, but when it comes down to the seed, 20% of that quarterly allocation, so it's 9.9 million, percent of that will be available for seed. That's going to generate just under $60,000. And that's going to take place on Monday, sold out. 10 days later, on the 15th, we're doing the private sale. It's going to be 30% of the 9.9 million tokens, just under 3 million. That's going to generate just under, I believe it was just under 180,000, like 178. And so right there is about $240,000. 100,000 of that, at today's pricing now, it decreased down to about 85 or 90,000. But we're purchasing 500 SOL with that seed money to stake for 5 years on the DEX. Being that we have such a unique token and we have very unique trigger points, we ended up not launching on Radium. We built out our own DEX. So we built out our own DEX, basically handle the intricacies of what we're doing. So the bottom line is on August 25th, we do TGE. There'll be at least 500 HANA tokens locked for 5 years. And that's just shy of 100,000. Based upon the market moving, we still have 2 weeks until that date. So if the market picks up and 500 Solana is 110,000, so be it. Whatever it's going to be, 500 Solana is going to be locked for 5 years.
Okay, now we will talk about the token utility and the ecosystem. The question is, what will the conduct token actually be used for? Is it just a meme, or is there a real utility behind this?
Okay, so when it comes down to the utility behind CDS, we'll refer to it as CDS at this point. Main utility is, starting point is with our own restaurants. They can purchase at our restaurants at a discount, and it'll reach out into other restaurants. And as we start having an actual sales team connecting with corporations to utilize our asset, first in entities, I'll call them, they'll utilize our asset as a form of payment, are going to be colleges and universities. Then we'll branch into everything that stems out of colleges and universities. And like many countries have uniforms for schooling, we'll work with the uniform companies for them to take our asset. Because here's the cool, unique part about what we have going on with utility. When you transfer an asset, you're not buying or selling, you're transferring, you're withdrawing. It's just a seamless transaction. There's no buy or sell cost involved with that. And I'll talk about that later at the end, unless you have a question about that according down the road. The thing is that the utility that we have going on is initially restaurants and stores, and when it comes down to the next outreach is the universities. It can even get, literally guys, it can even become a staple for fundraising and charities, and actually a component of the church's tithing protocol. So when individuals give, the church can receive tokens just by promoting and referring our link to individuals. So the key thing is there's a lot of utility, because at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is people to get rewarded with the tokens, can convert it into and cash out and purchase food to feed their families.
Okay, so there is any plans for staking NFTs, mini games, or something unique to reward early holders?
Well, not so much for early holders. It'll be for everybody. But the key thing is when it comes down to, we have a thing called Marketplace. Marketplace is going to be for NFTs minimum, where we had talks with a game company Not sure exactly how we can integrate that into what we're doing, but games is a great, because we know that's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and they'll probably be able to utilize our asset to purchase game tokens, and we go down that path. But definitely NFTs, definitely the games down the road when we get to that point. When it comes down to staking, I'm a big fan of staking because you're able to in essence, hold your asset and receive rewards for it. The thing is that when it comes down to halal type protocols, halal doesn't, they're not really big on having individuals receive interest on an asset. So the thing is that something that we'll check with some core team members of. I like staking. I'd love that. I'd love to build a staking protocol for that. However, I want to be halal friendly to bring in all of the world, not just a segment of the world.
Perfect. Now let's talk about the trust and safety. These days trust is a big problem. What the security measures are in place? Yeah.
Okay. Here is what I call maintaining stable pricing. I've been involved with many projects over the years. I started doing this about 7 years ago to protect my insurance and financial clients from being taken advantage of. As I dug deeper into this, I've come to realize that blockchain technology, and specifically cryptocurrency, is the new monetary system, if we like it or not. It's the way it is. Things are already changing. Countries are already adapting. So when it comes down to what I've learned over the years, from the good and the bad, we've took the best of the good, we got rid of the bad. What I've learned along the way, to answer this question directly, is oftentimes when individuals get involved with a project, especially if it's a meme type project, they already know going into it is a pump and dump type deal. We're so far away from that. That's why we charge a 3% buy fee to push away the EMVs, or do our best to push away the EMV front running bots. And then when it comes to sell, people can't just sell out. I mean, it's a 6% sell fee. And that's right in alignment with what needs to be done. So number one, if we're going to buy, is 3% to get in. Because you can't go to dinner, go to the movies, or a basketball game without paying a price of entry. There's a cost of entry. Same thing here when you leave. If you have security around your home and you valet park your car, it costs money to get your car back out. The thing is, same thing with here. So we already know that 6% sell, 3% buy, 9% will be occupied. And you might think, oh my gosh, 9%. When the asset is going to 3x, 5x, 10x, 20, 50x, whatever it may be, I'm not making projections, but with projects I've been involved with, I have personally seen this happen. What's going to take place is that, so just off of the buy and sell fees, it's going to prevent bots and make people think a little bit more before they sell. And safety and security, what we have going on is the vesting. So you buy $100 today. Seed. So they jump on it. Seed sale. You're involved. $100. You're going to have a 3% buy, 6% sell, 9% out. By the time it hits TGE, it's already up. Even after those costs are removed at a 287. Then you sell, take out another $18 for the sell cost, or just under that, maybe $15. You're going to walk away from it with about $273. You had 100 in, 273 out. You're able at that point, because it was within the first month, to sell 25% of it. So when you sell 25% of almost 300, basically getting about maybe $70 back out of that 100 you put in. So you're almost made whole again within the first 3 weeks. And the thing is, you still have literally almost, I would say, $220 worth of assets still there to appreciate. To potentially appreciate, I should say, because we cannot make any financial predictions. However, what I do know is you have almost $225 to be able to utilize to purchase things within the ecosystem. So that's, in a nutshell, the safety protocols that are in place is the buy sell fees and the vesting protocol, and all except for the pre-sale, except for the seed round and the private round, no buy and sell fee on that. Everything else adheres to buy and sell fees, as well as the vesting protocol. Everything for everybody.
Nice. Has the smart contracts been audited? Are you guys KYC?
Okay, so two questions there. The first question is no on the KYC, and we chose to say no initially until we start having some very high level transactions. So the answer is no initially on the buy sell. So I apologize for the KYC. When it comes down to the audit has been completed hours ago. So they sent me a report just literally within the hour. So that I've yet to even review the report because of the fact that I've just got off of a previous call before this one. So the bottom line is yes, the smart contracts have been audited. There are basically 3 contracts involved, one for the pre-sale, one for the vesting protocol, and then one for the overall allocation of the tokenomics like I described at the beginning of the call.
Nice. Now we are talking about the community building and the marketing. The question is, you have already got people talking. How are building such a strong community vibe? I see in the Telegram there is
Okay.
many people are talking, and yeah.
Well, good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's substantially lower than the numbers that I was projecting to have at this point. We have about 30, just a little over 30, not quite 31,000 EG. We have about 9.5, a little over an X. The thing is, that's a decent starting point for now. And when it comes down to marketing, we have a lot of things in place. You are I would like to consider one of our pillars of marketing and having a long-term business relationship with you, as well as get to know you as I travel the world. The key thing is, so we have several high-level influencers and YouTubers and marketers that are promoting, number one. Number two, one thing I learned from one of my biggest failures in this space, it was a meme project that I stepped in to help somebody with liquidity, and I threw down some cash to help back the project. It turned into a nightmare. But what I learned from this nightmare was we talked about rating, and they talk about constant rating. So what we have going on X right now, as starting tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, there'll be a minimum of 150 raters going on. For the past week, we've had 50 raters just rating. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we have 150 raters. By probably the following week, right before the 15th, the week before the 15th, we're bringing in another raters. So we'll have 100 raters rating 24/7. This is not just for now, it's for the next year. So we already know for a simple fact that for the next year, in addition to all the influencers, we'll have raters rating. And then I just got off of a call before this one with a new thing on X called yapping. So the thing is, I had a team of people on a call with me that they're going to start yapping and are reaching out to people to yap. So these are things that the marketing teams knows about, but that they're new to me because I'm twice everybody's age. So they're going to be yapping as of Monday. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
If I don't answer your question in great detail, please ask it again. And because there might have been 2 questions within the first question there.
No, all good. You.
Good.
So, other question is: are there any major collabs, KOLs, or events planned to drive hype post launch?
Oh yeah, the answer is yes. I mean, you're like I mentioned, would be one of our main pillars. I want to focus on you more than anybody else. But we have 2 people that are just shy of 1 million followers on YouTube. We have another one that has about 400,000. We have a very, very, very popular Instagram individual woman. I think she's from the UAE, and she has over 1 million followers, and she'll be part of our pie. Now, when I go, we have on Monday, there's going to be 4 different exchanges represented doing lives: Binance Live, Gate Live, BY, DeFi Live, and the 4th individual bounces between those. They're doing like 3-hour lives, and the 4th one will do an hour on each of those, kind of like co-hosts, and do an hour on each. And then we have another 2 individuals out of Turkey that have got a bunch of stuff going on. So the marketing team knows way more about this than I, but I know there's at least 7 or 8 individuals, and there's no way I can even say like yourself, because you really have a bump on everybody because you have a very large following. You're very professional. You're very astute with the knowledge of the business.
Thank you.
There's a lot of, I would say, other individuals that are my opinion, aspiring to be at where you're at. So,
Thank you so much. Thank you. Uh,
oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome.
Now we will talk about the roadmap and the vision. What's next after the pre-sale ends? Any upcoming milestones we should be excited about? If you need to talk about the
Yeah,
future.
there is. Yeah, there's several actually. We're continually promoting and marketing, and then the thing is that we have literally many individuals. One that has ends with gate, one that has ends with by DeFi. There's another very one that we did an AMA just a couple of days ago. He has his ends with OKC as well as MEXC. So after we get through the pre-sale and the TGE, we have literally about 6 different centralized exchanges that we're looking at getting established with. Number one, so there's several centralized exchanges. There's some mid-tier exchanges that I spoke to, and if people know the space, they'll be misleading you if they say it's a walk in the park to get listed on tier ones. It's either a very expensive process, or you have to know somebody that has some deep ties with them to be able to get in. I know that we'll be able to get onto 2 or 3 fairly easily. 2 of them that I spoke to last week, 2 different ones I didn't mention, WEEX as well as Bitmart. Each of them want to charge me either respectively $30,000, $40,000 to list on their exchange. We're not going to go that path. And the reason why, I'm not going to throw down 30, 40,000, or the team will not throw down 30, 40,000, because we would rather invest in individuals like yourself, number one, that have a large following, because there's better use of the cash flow. Number two, the way it's structured, we don't have 400 million tokens out there. There's only 10 million tokens being released every month. So as we have the people we have in place, promoting sells out. So every fiscal quarter, the first day of each fiscal quarter, January, April, July, and October, when just under 10 million tokens are released, they're bought up quickly. So we don't really, we want to be on centralized exchanges. Don't mishear what I'm saying. Reality is, I don't feel it's necessary when we have individuals like yourself. I do know, and I feel very confident, that if I only gave you a corporate code to promote to your community, they'll easily buy up that 60,000. So the thing is, we don't need to pay these listing fees. When we get on them like organically or through the relationships we have, that's great on the centralized exchanges as the first goal. The second one is for the universities, is to literally, we want to feed people. And part of our mission is feed, house, educate, employ. Education is vital. Education is vital, regardless if it's through the traditional format of a university or through school of self-taught, like you teach yourself or we teach you. Either way, you want people to be educated so they can employed. And because when they're employed or even create their own business, they're earning money to feed their family. Because at the end of the day, they need to feed their family. So the key thing is, so the universities, we want to basically pay individuals scholarships or tuitions and to get them in. And that's one part. And then down the road, it gets into an own accredited educational facility. Our own accredited facility that we can train and teach people in. That's going down the road. If I had the other people on the line, there's probably 5 or 8 other things that we have for utility and roadmaps going down the road. Because the ultimate goal, feed people right now by helping them helping them earn a reward that they can convert into cash to feed their family by promoting the token. So that's like helping people eat. It helps people house themselves by for more enough money to have a nice place like yours. And then when we educate them, we can help assist them with tuitions or even educate them through our own means so we can employ them and then put them on the books and receive a salary, because every day our company pays. Right now, we pay just shy of 200 people a day receive income from our company. I mean, they get paid on the pay cycles, but they're on the clock, documenting their hours, receiving income from what we're doing.
Nice. Now the final words for someone hearing about CDS for the first time right now. Why should they join the pre-sale?
Well, simply put, when the pre-sale has 2 parts. So individuals, unless they're really quick, are going to, the seed sale will be sold out very quickly. They can position themselves if they miss out on the actual seed on August 4th, which I could mention is going to be later in the evening Pacific time, like 10, 11 o'clock. The thing is that they purchase at the seed sale. By the private sale, it's literally doubled just because of the way it's being released. And so then it'll go from 3 cents to 6 cents. And then if they end up going from by the TGE, when they can physically claim the asset, claim their token, the 25%, will be at 9 cents. And so at that particular moment in time, it is going from 3 cents to 9 cents. So when you take advantage of the seed sale on Monday, August 4th, by August 25th, or let's say August 26th, it's now worth 9 or 10 cents. So it's now worth 9 or 10 cents. So you jump in, you're going to be able to take advantage of that initial bump right there. Once it gets in the TGE, it's going to be able to start to figure out its pricing and what have you. That's what's going to happen there. If I think I can elaborate a little bit more if you allow me to, because I want to share a couple things on how stuff works. Because right now, when you get into the seed at 3, the private at 6, the TGE at 9 cents, respectively, what ends up happening is that it's going to buy and sell. It's going to buy and sell. By that point, just off of those 3 aspects, 9.9 million based upon the 3 cents, 9 cents, or 369, it's going to generate about $850,000. $850,000, and then they're going to have the turn, the buy and sell, the buy and sell, the buy and sell, the buy and sell. I'm just going to give a very simple explanation. On the buy and sell fee, the way we utilize the buy and sell is 50% of the 24-hour trading volume goes towards purchasing more liquidity, and the other 50% goes towards team and creating more collaborative relationships and partnerships like what we have with you. So let's just use a simple example. If we have a $100,000 24-hour trading volume, and there's 3 buy, 6 sell, that's 9 cents. You divide that by 2 to create an average is 4.5. Let's bump it down to 4%. If there's 4%, $100,000 every 24-hour trading volume, that's going to generate $4,000. 50% of that is $2,000. On the open market, very similar to DCA or dollar cost averaging, we will purchase $1,000 of Solana and $1,000 of CDS on the open market. Regardless if we buy it through our own DEX or if we buy it through a centralized exchange, we are purchasing half of the 24-hour trading volume to add more liquidity to maintain stable pricing. The other 50% is going to be available for the team for bonuses, to pay contests, to do mega airdrops or what have you. We're going to be able to do a lot of things with that and create more relationships. So now that's what's going to be taking place with the actual, how we're going to spend the buy and sell. We're not just going to take that money and go, and just waste it on things that are not necessary. Because at the end of the day, we want to feed the people. So we'll probably end up using some of that money to literally buy in the Philippines pallets of rice. We are, and part of the roadmap is to form a relationship with a rice company and package. Now check this out: package the rice in kilo increments, and then have the colorful corn dog spud on the front of it. On the back of it, it's going to have the referral program, the 321, that's broken down on the website. You hit referrals, it'll tell you, it explains the 321 referral program. And then it's going to have a QR code, which is also going to have just the digits printed on the bag. And we're going to be able to have those individuals register for certain gifts, giveaways, rewards, and almost like a lottery in a sense. That we're not going to be a lottery. There's legalities to that stuff. But when somebody has a particular number that is actually like almost like a winning number, there's going to be ways to register that information. In addition to that, we have our Web 3 version, but we also have a Web 2 version. And on the Web 2 version, it's super clean. There's a form at the bottom. When the people fill out the form, instantly generated what would be called like an affiliate link. So we have the Web3 and the referral reward program. Then we have another link here that helps create an affiliate type model. Same 3-tiered structure, but it's done easily so people can just send their link to somebody tell the story without ever opening their mouth. When they click on the Web 2 version, it'll take them over to the Web 3 where they can actually connect the wallet and purchase the token. So we have a lot of stuff going on. We're continually looking individuals that are super technical that want to become part of the team, and we bring you on the books. You get paid twice a month. It's just like a traditional position with any traditional company. We operate in a very similar manner.
Nice. Now,
Any last questions that you have for
yeah,
us?
the last final message
Hit me
from
up with all your questions, man. We're super transparent.
the Oracle to the BNZ fam and future investors. That's what we need.
Here's my final message. And I'm gonna just from the heart, as I always do. I went to the Philippines, guys. I need to tell this story because it'll hit home. If you listen to it, you embrace it, it will change your life. I went to the Philippines over 5 years ago, between 5 and 6 years ago, to expand. Everybody talks about expanding and outsourcing to the Philippines because they are the world's largest. India and the Philippines number one for outsourcing for businesses globally. They talk about outsourcing, but so what I chose to do is physically go there for a month. I went there for a month, released this house for a month, gated property, blah, blah, blah. Everybody, I started with 7 employees over 5 years ago. They came and stayed in the house with me because there was this nice accommodations. And then along the way, the 7 people have spouses and they typically have kids. And one of the couples had a mother. So we had 17 or 18 people based upon if the mother was there that I fed every day. From the joy of my heart, I fed them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Lunch and dinner. And then, and I'm teaching them sales. I'm teaching them marketing. Back then, it wasn't even blockchain and technology and Web3. I was working for a very large health supplement company, nutritional company. And so I was teaching them how to sell nutritional products and sell on the web. And we brought in 2 developers, et cetera. And we created nice websites. And I'm feeding all these people. And as I'm feeding all these people breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's time for me to leave. 2 days before I was leaving, I was in the front yard, just talking to God early in the morning. And I had some tears dripping down. And I was like, I failed, man. I failed. I've been here 30 days. And all of these people that I'm feeding breakfast, lunch, and dinner are not self-sufficient. It crushed my heart. One of the meals, like the previous morning, I just load up, man. I'm not shy about buying stuff. And so we'd go grocery shopping every single day, basically, to buy stuff for the family, the community that we were building. What ends up happening is on that particular morning, we had a food. And we bought 3 pounds of bacon, 3 packages of bacon. And we cooked up all this bacon. And bacon is like thinly sliced pork, and it's like strips. And so we put all this bacon on, and then they made all the bacon. I go, let's make all of it so we can all have plenty of food. And they made this big old pile of bacon. They put it right next to me. I'm over here eating in sandwiches. What ends up happening is, I asked them, I go, don't you guys like bacon? They all said, oh, listen to these words. We love bacon. It's not for us. Because in their mind, they could not afford it. It was not for them. They could not participate in eating bacon, for God's sakes. So then I pushed the food in the middle of the table, and all the kids did not hesitate, and they just all started grabbing the bacon. The reason I'm sharing this story is that one thing I came to realize on the flight back that I cannot change the world, change the mindset, or change the philosophy of a country and the generational thoughts in 30 days that has been established over 100 plus years. So the reality is that I had to realize that I'm just a human being. One thing that we wrote in the first white paper for a project that I still have put together, more of a security token project. The reality is that when it comes down to we want to level the playing field for the world to be able to live in dignity, to earn a fair wage, if you will, if they're employed, and to literally, if they're not, employed by our company to be able to be positioned to profit by sharing community and sharing the token and sharing the vision of what we're doing. Because simply, and this is a simple fact, if an individual in the Philippines has no money and no education, and they just talk about CDS and they sell $100 in the course of the day, they're going to earn $3. And out of that $3, about 75 cents, well, actually 75 cents will be released and claimable at that very moment. They can take that 75 cents and buy 1 kilo of rice, which will feed their family for the day. Those are my final words. The ultimate goal is if any individual has the desire to assist themselves eat and assist the people around them eat, I suggest you jump on the seed sale immediately, because it'll put you in a position to profit, like I mentioned a moment ago, to be able to get the 6 and 9 cent valuation of the asset by TGE, and you can cash out 25% of it, and you basically got almost all your money back. The reality is that we're here to help people. We're an open book. You can ask us any questions. We're not playing any games. And this by no means is the meme pump and dump. It is a utility token with, we say, memeability or memeability, to have fun with it. Because the ultimate goal at the end of the day, we want to have fun. So BNZ can buy a new iPhone. Okay. I see you got your iPhone in your hand.
I made story with you in the Telegram.
No. Yeah. I'm just laughing with you because at the end of the day, we want to have fun, man. We want to have fun.
Yeah, I make a promotion on the Telegram. I tell people that I will make an interview with you. Yeah.
Excellent.
That was fire, bro. Big shout out to the Oracle for sharing the vision behind the CDS. If you are watching this and you are feeling the energy, the pre-sale link is below. Do your own research, guys, but don't miss the trend. Like, comment, and subscribe for more real talks. Amaz. This is BNZ, and I think Oracle need to...
I want to say one last thing. I just want to say one last thing. The link that you have available that you probably are referring them to is going to be the Telegram link, which has a TG bot. So if you want to jump on that TG link and just get into that particular bot, they will earn some tokens. The key thing, I will send you the actual physical link later tonight or tomorrow morning once I validate everything and we get everything proper. So you'll get the actual pre-sale generated link. The one you have right now, I believe, is the link to the TG account.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, man. Perfect.
I just wanted clarification. I just want some clarification there.
Perfect. So this is BNZ and this is the Oracle. Signing out. See you in the next one. Peace.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.